My name is Ann Chanon, and I am the Agriculture and Natural Resources Extension Educator for Lorain County. In this episode, we are going to learn more about the Lake Erie Watershed. Lorain County is one of 8 Ohio counties that share the Lake Erie shoreline. The 26 miles of shoreline extend from Vermilion in the west to Avon Lake in the east. As we have learned in this series, Lake Erie is home to a variety of species, including macroinvertebrates, water snakes, and fish. But have you ever wondered about the source of Lake Erie's water? Most of the water that flows into Lake Erie comes from the upper Great Lakes, but the rest comes from precipitation that falls in the Lake Erie watershed. But what is a watershed? A watershed is the land area that channels rainfall and snowmelt into a body of water. Ohio has 2 major watersheds, the Lake Erie and the Ohio River. The Lake Erie watershed is a shared resource and includes portions of the states of Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York, and the province of Ontario, Canada. Click the link to learn more about the geology and land use within the Lake Erie watershed. Within Ohio, the rivers in the Lake Erie watershed flow predominantly to the north, while those in the Ohio River watershed flow predominantly to the south. There are more than 24 smaller watersheds that flow into Lake Erie. Look for signs marking the change in watershed as you travel across Ohio. One sign is posted on I-71 in Medina County. Lorain County has 4 primary watersheds: the Vermilion, Beaver Creek, and Rocky River, but most of Lorain County is in the Black River watershed. Click the link to learn more about how Ohio EPA monitors our rivers for their water quality. The red lines on this map represent the creeks, streams, and rivers that cross Lorain County. There are 2 main branches of the Black River. The east branch begins in Medina County and flows northward through Spencer, LaGrange, and Grafton, while the west branch begins in Ashland County and flows through Rochester, Wellington, and Oberlin for approximately 30 miles. The 2 branches of the Black River join at the confluence in Elyria, upstream from which are 2 impressive waterfalls. The Black River continues to flow northward for about 12 miles, and finally the river forms part of the Lorain Harbor, where it enters into the lake. The quality of the water in Lake Erie is affected by the tributaries and rivers that flow into it. Protecting the watershed is important for our health and for that of the environment. The lake provides drinking water for approximately 11 million people. The Black River watershed is home to 4 species of aquatic animals that are listed as threatened, endangered, or of special concern, and for 12 species of threatened or protected plants. In an earlier episode, we learned that when stormwater runoff is not handled properly, it can deposit pollution in our streams, rivers, and lake. About 80% of the trash in Lake Erie comes from the land. Pollutants carried within the water runoff degrade the environment and water quality and affect the organisms that live in the numerous habitats found within the watershed. The health of our watershed is impacted by everyone's decisions and actions. Here are 2 simple things you can do. Pick up the litter and debris in your yard and neighborhood, especially around storm drains. And, when possible, reduce the use of disposable plastics by choosing a reusable option. Join us for our next episode when you will learn more about activities you can do to protect our water.
This video series was created through a collaborative effort including Bendix, Lorain County Commissioners, 4-H STEM, Black River Advisory Board, local FFA chapters, Lorain Soil and Water Conservation District, Lorain County Metro Parks, Ohio Coastal Management Program and Ohio Department of Natural Resources, Sea Grant, Local YACS, Farm Bureau, the Ohio State University Extension, and Lorain County 4-H.